This is not a dream. We actually have gotten what seems to be the cleanest update launch in Risk of Rain 2 history since the anniversary update. For my day one experience, having played the first two DLCs, I was able to find multiple bugs, multiple soft logs, right? With Survivors of the Void, we got the effects of an exhausted Hopu team just waiting to move on to their next project, looking to move away from Risk of Rain 2. And we saw void infestors that would just jump off cliffs, and with them never despawning, the void seeds would never disappear, and you couldn't activate TPs inside void seeds, right? Void crit would straight up just delete the enemy's spot, like its capacity from existence. So if you void crit killed 40 enemies on a stage, nothing would spawn. That would soft lock you in Simulacrum. Jumping off a cliff, you would fly up 500 feet, which eventually they toned that down, and we found some ways to still be able to exploit that. Host skip, rest in peace. Rusted keys, they would only give red items. I mean, that one was kind of cool. But point is, Void DLC wasn't perfect on launch whatsoever. Right? I'd give it like a 6.5 launch day one. Seekers of the Storm with the Sots. We got what thought to be the Gearbox standard. You know, Mithrix was literally invincible with having a chronic expansion alongside a warped echo. Couldn't have those two items if you made it to phase 4. Physics were literally tied to the game's frame rate. Opening the logbook mid-run would break your game's audio. Enemies would no-clip through the map for whatever reason. Halcyon turned itself into an ICBM at will. Elite enemies were half the price after stage 2. Seeker had interesting collision. False Sun's laser had infinite uptime. Artificer's spear would just hit herself in her own back. I mean, there's so many other bugs that I found on day one that I just don't have the time to get into today. I mean, that was a Sots experience. I would give that like a 0.5 launch day from day one. But with Alloyed Collective, perhaps good old Randy actually was in the trenches this time, for real. My day one experience, I experienced one bug. The only issue I even experienced is that my head stompers seemed to break for a few stages after I picked them up, but it was no big deal really. I mean, they only cost me a feather and a spur to produce. Sure, it's only been out for a day at the time of writing the script, and I'm sure we're going to discover plenty of other bugs, maybe potentially game breaking, I don't know. But the fact that in day one I experienced 0 of these bugs is a great sign. Things have changed at Gearbox Studios. I am incredibly pleased with what Gearbox and 2K have done with this DLC. This update has convinced me that the Risk of Rain 2 franchise is in good hands for the years to come. Getting the input from the modders, the content creators, other community members in general, focusing on that C word, on that community, the people that love the game, the people that respect the franchise, who are willing to give it their all for next to nothing, was one of the best routes they could have even thought of taking. And boy, has it paid off. Alloyed Collective is good to go right out of the box, which has pretty much never been seen within this franchise. I greatly encourage those who may have been burned out from their past experiences buying DLCs for Risk of Rain to give Alloyed Collective a shot. I won't spoil too much about the DLC content-wise, but the new bosses, that's right, there's more than one new boss, the new enemies, the new items, the new survivors, and especially the new drones. It is definitely worth to take a look at it. More videos to come, but I love this DLC. It's only been one day in. I can't wait to see what else is in store for it. And that's about all. So, yeah. Alloyed Collective is good out of the box. This is not a drill. And this is not a dream.